Hello, Transformers fans. This is Dylan Dixon coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be looking at the Voyager class Transformers Prime Shockwave figure. Now, Transformers Prime is all about Optimus Prime and a group of Autobots who are trying to defeat Megatron. And as the series goes on, new Autobots and Decepticons join them. Shockwave eventually joins up Megatron, and when he does, he is planning to create a new army for Megatron. Will he succeed, and will Megatron conquer Earth? You'll have to watch Transformers Prime to find that out. So, when looking at the figure looks so cool. It really does. It looks absolutely amazing. Now, if we think about him in terms of G1, he's actually really accurate. One of the things I'm going to start doing with my video reviews is I'm going to start having the I have a book I'm about to show you guys that shows all the figures in G1. So that way we can compare him to what he looked like originally. This Shockwave, actually, believe it or not, is very G1 accurate. Let me see if I can find it. Aha! Gotcha. Shockwave is hiding from me in this book. He does not want to make an appearance. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna see. Let's see here if I can do this. Alright. So, I take the video out just a little bit further. So, here is his original form of what he looked like, and here is how he now looks like. So, very similar. They both look very similar. As you notice, they both have a gun on the left side, which is kind of interesting that it's on his left hand instead of his right hand. Now, when we look at it, it's right, but when he faces the way we're looking, it's left. So, our right, his left. So that's kind of interesting. Most of the time we see figures holding it our left, their right, but in this case it's the opposite. So if we look at Shockwave, we see they both have a translucent chest. They both have one eye, which is great that they kept that. But there's no actually Decepticon symbol on Shockwave, which is pretty interesting because he's got 3, as you saw in his G1 form, but he does not have one, which actually isn't too terribly bad. You can obviously tell that he's a Decepticon. So anyway, in terms of how he looks really good, and he looks very screen accurate to the Transformers Prime series. What I really like about Transformers Prime figures is that they're really screen accurate. They really do a good job with that. Okay, so in terms of his articulation, his head moves back and forth. There is a bit of, on the very back, there's, let's see if you can see this, his backpack-like back kind of prevents you from seeing this, but right here, if you shine a light through, his eye will light up. I've done it several times, it's really cool. His gun is really massive, and this is one of the only problems I really have at the figure. I love to move it, to play around with it. It can turn all the way around, but you do have to put these things back. It's not that bad though. It can, if you continue to push down, it opens up and then locks back, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not bad. It's really cool. His feet are a little unusual in my opinion. Here, let me get that arm down. Well, actually, before I go to the feet, let me talk about the arm. One thing you will notice is that since the arm is so big, and since I love to do this, to fight and everything, one thing that will happen occasionally is the arm will tend to fall off. And that's because, I believe it's because of the weight and the fact, if I turn this around, let me see if I can show you this, the fact that there's nothing here to prevent it from coming out. Which kind of stinks. That is really the only aggravating thing I have with this figure. That's it. That is my one main complaint about him. Other than that, he's really a nice figure. Really a big improvement from the Dark of the Moon Shockwave we got, and the new Transformers, oh my goodness, Fall of Cybertron figure that we got. Fall of Cybertron, he was just small, short, and he resembled the G1 guy, but still. This guy looks absolutely amazing. And his arms both do move up. Both of his arm, or his cannon arm, can rotate all around as I showed you. This can rotate like this. His whole arm can rotate like this. And one of the cool things that they've done is they've left this for you. And that, my friends, is a really cool, when when Hasbro decides to leave stuff open to you like that. So I'm going to take another Transformers Prime weapon to show you that something can peg in there. Just like that. Pretty easily. Just like that. That's Dreadwing's gun, by the way. But it's not... that's cool that they've left it there, but I don't like that gun in here. I found something else, though. This, I'm not sure where it comes from. This is a Transformers piece. I've seen it. I don't remember which movie it comes from. But if you attach this right here, I believe this comes from the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen series. So this right here is a little gun. That little thing that's poking out there. And another cool function is that if I do this, it becomes a sword, which really looks cool. So it definitely works with this. And let me see. I have a Metic gun right here. Let's see. Ah, it works with that too. Awesome. So that arm, that opening in the arm works with a lot of different weapons. So you can really do a lot of things with this figure, which is actually really cool. I love it when Hasbro decides to do that. Okay, one other thing I want to show you before we get into the transformation. If you turn him around and you pull his backpack out, in the show, he does, like in Dark of the Moon, have a chain that goes to his gun. Hasbro didn't give him this, which I'm kind of thankful for. But what you can do, which is actually really cool, let me get it so you can see it, is you can take one of the, or you can flip it around. I'm sorry, you gotta flip the gun around, and you can take this one, on this side, when you flip it up, it's the, left one? Yes, the left one. But if you flip it down, it's gonna be the, no, I guess now it's the left one. This is the right one, sorry. This on the left side, you take this one, you take this, and if you look up here, you'll see like these little openings. And what you can do is, with a little bit, oh, I'm sorry, it's not the left one, it's this one. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. So what you can do is you can peg it in right there. Did you guys see that? So, forget, it's when you turn the gun upside down, you can use the right one to peg it in right in here. So it pegs in right in the bottom of the wheel, just like that. And if you do it like this, it kind of looks like he's got a chain. Now, granted, it is upside down, and it doesn't look as good to me. But it's still, you can still do that. It's really cool. One last thing. Sorry, guys. One more thing before we get to the transformation is he comes with one last thing that I really do not like. And I'm so glad that Hasbro did not make this permanent. One of the things he comes with are these little, just add-on armor. Now, I do apologize. The other one, I'm not sure what happened to it. My brother can't find it, fortunately. So, I looked and and I couldn't find it. So I do apologize. This is not one to go in. Well, anyway, one of the things I really am glad that Hasbro did was they didn't make this permanent. This is not actually, believe it or not, screen accurate. This is not at all screen accurate. This right here is just added armor. It can come off. It looks okay. This does peg in better. Oh my goodness. But it's not fantastic. You know, it's not it's not screen accurate at all. He doesn't have this weird armor. He looks plain. Okay, you know, I'm gonna take this off. These don't really stay well either. They're fairly well. The arm ones do, but they don't. He doesn't really stay very well. The armor doesn't stay very well. Okay, so in terms of his transformation, he's actually, believe it or not, in my opinion, the easiest Voyager class that I have to transform, or one of the top 3. He's really, really easy to transform, which I like, because when I can transform figures back and forth, it adds to the playability, which is awesome. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do when transforming him is we're going to turn his head all the way around, like that. That's the first thing we're going to do. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to lift his backpack up. Now, originally in the figure, these are supposed to go up. You can keep them up. You don't have to. I like them because I think they're cool, but sometimes I keep them down. But when you're transforming them, make sure they're down. And then pull this all the way up, just like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull the chest down, like this. And you're going to push the arm back, just like that. And what you're also going to want to do, in order to do the next step, push this arm back right here, just for now. So that way you can pull these 2 pieces down, just like so. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the gun, you're going to turn around, and right here, this is going to peg in right to this piece. Now this is where it gets kind of tricky. You gotta kind of work with him a little bit right here. See, like I said, it's really, really loose, and I don't like that. I wish Hasbro could have done something to make that better, but they didn't. Oh well. All right, so now it's pegged in. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take his arm. Now, in the bottom of his arm, you see this opening, and you see this piece. This is going to go into that little opening right there. Just like that. Like that. And then you're going to pull these 2, his treads out. Now what you're going to do, this is a little bit of a tricky part. Not too terribly hard. What you're going to do, make sure these are pulled out all the way like that, is you're going to pull the legs right back here, both of them, all the way back, and you'll see these little slits right here, both those slits. So, and what's going to happen is this piece right here, right there, not a split, this piece right there is going to slide right into that on both sides. He has those on both sides. Then after you slide those in on both sides, move the legs down like this, where his knee pad is facing, and then push the foot down like that. Do the same thing on this side. You don't have to do them at the same time either. You can do them separately too. Push this down, rotate that like that, and push the foot down. And I like to keep, and the instructions say to keep it up just like that. So, there you have it. Transformers. Whoa. What happened down here? There we go. Alright. So, there you have it. Transformers Prime Voyager class Shockwave in his tank mode. Which actually looks pretty cool. I like it. It actually looks really cool. Now, let me remove this surface. He does roll on a, not really... He rolls better on more of a friction-like surface. Not very smooth. Not on a smooth surface, but on a friction-like surface. But it looks really good. One of the things I don't like how his hand is just sticking out right there. I wish there was some way Hasbro could have hidden that. But, you know, overall, not bad. Not bad. And another cool thing that the Hasbro made was that in both modes, you can make the gun open just like that, which is pretty cool. Now, what you can also do with the extra armor pieces, which I really do not like, is the chest piece can go right here. I'm not going to peg it in because this is not holding well. It can go right here, and then this piece can go right here, just like that. So, overall, fantastic looking figure. The Hasbro did a really, really good job. His tank mode is okay. I mean, it's not the best. The real coolness of the figure, in my opinion, is in the robot mode, not in the vehicle mode. I mean, I'm glad they did. Don't get me wrong. This is a fairly cool mode, but Hasbro still, I wish could have done maybe a little bit better. But this is pretty screen accurate. Another thing I wish they did, which does happen in the show, is that his gun does rotate. So I don't know why they didn't try to incorporate that, but I can see why it'd be tricky with his arm being connected to that. But oh well, you know what? The robot figure is definitely an amazing masterpiece. I would totally recommend him. If you see him on eBay or if you can find him in stores somewhere, get him. He is a figure worth getting. I would also, if you are a first time collector and just getting used to Transformers and transforming, this is a great Voyager toy to get. The transformation is really, really easy, and it's actually fun. It's quick, simple, easy. And turning him back into his robot form is not that challenging at all. Okay, guys, well, thanks for listening to this video review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is Vector Prime signing out and saying see you later, guys.